Hello, Tarnished. Bones are a crafting material myself and many other bandits, along with other origins who hyper-consume bones, often run out of, especially when starting out. There is fortunately a way to unlock bones for purchase at a shop, which makes getting them much less time-consuming. If you just want the order of steps, you need to kill the bell-bearing hunter at night, and then give the bell-bearing he drops to the twin maiden husks at Round Table Hold. Doing so will have them begin selling bones to you. The thin and thick bones that small and big animals sometimes drop, respectively, are primarily used for crafting arrows, bolts, and darts, which are of special interest to bandits in the early game, since a lot of your ranged poking will be done with your bow. Bones will stay relevant to you for as long as you're actively using your bow to do at least some of your damage, and as such I recommend all bandits get just enough intelligence to cast Glintstone Pebble and make animal hunting easier and more cost-effective. You obviously have to find a staff too, of course. After all, you don't want to be pushed into hunting animals with the same arrows you make from them, but hunting them with a resource that recharges every time you rest, like your focus points, is a lot more comfortable. However, a quicker way to get bones involves taking down an optional boss northeast of the Storm Gate at night. The first thing we need is to get an item called the Bell Bearing from that boss's corpse. From the gatefront Grace checkpoint, ride Torrent past the heavily guarded gate, making sure to dodge and jump around the arrows that Godric's archers will try to pepper you with. You'll see this other Grace checkpoint next to a small decrepit building. This is the War Master's shack, and during the day, you'll meet Bernal here, who sells you various Ashes of War. I emptied his stock in case I want to use some of these skills on weapons in the future. At night, sometimes he'll be gone. So rest at the Grace here to skip tonight, and check to see if he's there. If he is, stand up from it and interact with it to skip tonight again, repeating this process until he's finally vanished. For me, he disappeared more times if I fully stood up from the Grace before skipping time again. Once he's finally gone, that means the boss is available to try. So this is the Bell-Bearing Hunter, a big swordsman with some magic attacks that let him cleave the space in front of him with large AoEs, as well as some energy blasts it grabs. If you have low vigor, he'll 1 or 2 shot you, so learning him will be a process, because you can't summon spirits here, and re-attempting the fight requires repeating the process of passing time until night as many times as it takes for him to come back, so it's a bit tedious. Summoning co-op partners to fight him should still be possible, but if you want to solo him, like I did, it's best to stand close and watch his attacks. If he does his normal 3-hit combo, he's open for a few hits of your own. I'll have another video later discussing my thoughts on this fight in depth, because I really like it, and I use this guy as a training partner to practice my dagger moveset, which is now a defining part of my playstyle. Expect to see him in several later vids since he's a useful example for several topics. Once you kill him, he drops the Bell Bearing, and we can proceed. With the Bell Bearing in hand, warp to Round Table Hold, walk into the hallway with the charming edgelord leaning against the wall, and into the darkened room on the right. Talk to the Twin Maiden Husks and give them the Bell Bearing. This will unlock thin and thick beast bones for purchase. Now, anytime you have some extra runes laying around, you can refill your supply of bones and craft up physical or elemental arrows very easily, which is a huge quality of life boost for bandits in particular, and even for other bow users over the course of a playthrough. Note that buying bones doesn't outright replace hunting though, since it does still cost runes to purchase these. If you have Glintstone Pebble or use a whip from horseback, those are still valuable options to hunt a few animals now and then and get a few bones. But if you ever level up and have a trace amount of runes remaining that you don't want to lose and don't know what to do with, feel free to just buy a bunch of bones with them. Thank you for watching my video, I hope it was informative, good luck in the lands between, and may the night keep you safe.